Thanks for joining us today at UpGuard Summit. Our next guest speaker is Dan Gordon, who is the Engineering Manager at Hireup. We'll be discussing attack surface and third-party risk management for startups. So kicking things off, Dan, firstly, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Could we start by learning a bit more about your background and your role at Hireup?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'm the engineering manager for SRE and security at Hireup. So those functions sit with me in Hireup. As for me personally, I've been in the industry for about 20 years, starting as a developer and really working as both a developer and a sysadmin and a DevOps person for those 20 years, ultimately joining Hireup, where I have been for just over a year now.
Sounds like you've got a load of great experience there, Dan. And could you tell us a bit more about Hireup and what they do?
Absolutely. Hireup is a disability service provider, but the model we choose to run as is as a marketplace. So we have a marketplace where people seeking support can find and search for support workers. A slight difference in our model, perhaps to others, is that our support workers are all employees of Hireup. That way we feel we can ensure quality and allow our people seeking support a really nice wide range of options when they're looking for a support worker.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds great. And what are the types of security challenges faced by a company like Hireup?
So we're not strictly a health data provider, but we are certainly health adjacent. So we collect a lot of very sensitive information, both from our people seeking support and around their particular situation. But since our support workers are employees, we're obligated to collect a lot of sensitive data about them from a legal perspective, stuff like security checks and police checks, that kind of thing. So ensuring that we collect all the data securely and store it securely is the most critical thing for us. On top of that, we run a publicly facing website on the internet, which of course has the standard set of challenges.
Yeah, sounds like you'd have a lot on your plate there. Could you share some of the ways we've helped you identify and monitor your own assets, for example, using Breachsight?
Yeah, Breachsight is a great product for us. Being a startup mode company, they were operating for about 4 years before I joined. And as you can appreciate, being a cloud native kind of company, there's lots of stuff out there that you don't necessarily know is still operating. Things get spun up and they might not get spun down and that kind of thing. And Breachsight's been really good in helping us find those things and identify them, because we can't have a good security posture unless we actually know what is out there and what have we got running. So Breachsight's been great in helping us find those things. And then it comes with a little financial benefit for us too, because once we do find those things and realize, well, we don't need to use them anymore, we can turn them off and save some money in subscriptions. So yeah, it's a great product from those two perspectives for us.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And how about your procurement process? Have you guys been adding security reviews to your existing process?
Absolutely. I'm very proud of the vendor provisioning or the vendor procurement process that we've got now at Hireup. Again, being cloud native, we work with a lot of software as a service companies. And there's always a tendency just to put in your credit card and sign up. But with vendor risk, we've established a process where all new vendor engagements have to go through vendor risk. So using that product, we get a great little dashboard and a scorecard on the vendor's security posture. And it just allows us to figure out what we want to do. If they come back, rated A or 900 score, then no worries, we can go ahead. If it finds some issues, we'll figure out what to do, whether that's engaging with the vendor and asking them what it's about, or perhaps even not using that vendor at all. Ongoing from the procurement process is once we've signed up and we're using a vendor risk just allows us to keep tabs on that vendor. So we get a good idea if their security posture changes in any meaningful way, if it drops or goes up. And depending on the vendor, we can reach out and figure out what change caused that, what's happening, and if we need to take any action to fix it up.
Awesome. Thanks so much for those insights. Very useful. So that brings us to a close. Dan, thanks again for spending time with us today. It's been a great discussion.
Thanks for having me, Aaron. It's been a pleasure.
No worries. Thanks.